Already in the spirit of the trains running on time, it's 10:30. Welcome to everybody to the Collection Auto Group booth here at the Cleveland Auto Show. As everybody knows, the Auto Show is the beginning of the selling season in Cleveland. It's our version of the Super Bowl, and it really gives customers permission in Northeast Ohio to start buying cars. So we're very, very happy for that. It also tells us a little bit that spring's on the way, although you never know that from the weather outside today. So today, the announcement we're going to make is that we're very, very proud and honored to partner with Brian Herta Racing Team. Brian Herta is going to be with us in a second, but let me embarrass him for a second. So here's a guy, a racing team with 40 times less budget than the top team, which is Penske. And in 2011, pulled off one of the greatest upsets in racing history by winning the Indianapolis 500. And we're going to see that again this year in 2014. We're very putting a little bit more pressure on you, Brian. We're very confident about that. But the reason we're partnering with Brian Herta, we love the idea of the upset, the challenger that comes in and upsets the market, much like what we have here in Northeast Ohio. The other piece of it is that we're now expanding beyond Cleveland. We're in Cincinnati now. We're going to be in Boston soon and in Miami. So we wanted a national racing platform, and we couldn't think of a better partner than Brian. Here at the Auto Show, we're going to have a racing simulator set up here, which will let anybody who comes to the Auto Show experience what it's like to race in Indianapolis, but in a controlled setting without having to spend $1 million for a race car. And whoever has the fastest time at Indy will get to go to Indy in Memorial Day weekend and experience the race firsthand. So we really encourage people to come out to the Auto Show this year. Take a look at the racing simulator. Take a look at this incredible car. This is the most expensive vehicle here at the Auto Show. $1 million, this car could be yours. Well, not really, but you can think about it. And we have a lot of other great vehicles here. So without further ado, let me introduce the head of the Brian Herta Racing Team, Brian Herta.
Thank you, and it's a great pleasure for me to be back in Ohio. I live just down the road in Columbus when I drove for Bobby Rahal, and have so many great memories coming here to Cleveland and racing in the kart days at Burke Lakefront Airport, and to join with the Collection Auto Group and Bernie. When we first talked about this, I was really intrigued because Bernie got racing and he saw what was important to us and how it could apply to his business. You know, we're all about speed, performance, efficiency, and you know, Bernie really connected on that level. You know, speed for the customer, speed of service, and we thought, you know, here's a great way to share some technology, some things that we know from the IndyCar side that can transfer over to the customer side. Also create a really cool, fun platform for them to leverage for their customers. And we just couldn't be happier to be here and to be announcing this partnership. It's right before the start of our season, and we're going to get started here in March 30th, and we're just very excited to get the season kicked off, and particularly the market races in Indianapolis and Mid-Ohio that'll be really key for the Collection Auto Group.
Excellent, thank you. And part of what we're doing is partnering with Castrol, so that when clients come in to get their servicing done at any of our dealerships, we'll be putting Castrol oil in. We looked at who the brand leaders were, what kind of oil would best serve our clients. We found that Castrol is the best partner for that. And like Brian said, we're going to take and incorporate some of the Indy racing technology into the car dealership experience. It shouldn't take a long time to service your car. It shouldn't take a long time to buy your car. So in the Indy world, taking a second or two out of the process makes a big difference. In our world, taking an hour or two out of the process is very important. So we're going to get customers in and out in 45 minutes for service, including a car wash and vacuum. And we want to get a customer in and out in a sales process, if they want to, in an hour or less. So an hour from the moment they walk in the showroom to when they drive out with their brand new car. It shouldn't take any more time than that. So we're going to use some of this racing technology to do that. So at this point, I'd open it up to any questions you may have. Sure. Well, like I mentioned earlier, I love the idea that there's a person that comes in and upsets the market with a very small budget and can come into Indy and win the 500. If anybody's ever seen that race, it's tough. I've actually driven that course. I was telling Brian, in Mid-Ohio, I kind of feel like I'm enjoying the drive. You know, going as much as you can enjoy going 160 miles an hour, knowing that at any moment in time you make a mistake, you're dead. But in Indianapolis, it was definitely white knuckle gripping when we were doing that road course. It's a very tough track. And to go in as the underdog without all the huge, massive resources of the big guy to be able to win is really cool. And they're also partnered with Castrol, so there's a natural connection there as well. So we're very, very excited to partner with Brian.
Yeah, it really came about. A Cleveland-based agency, the Elevation Group, who's been working with me for many years, and they also knew Bernie here in town. And when I signed with Castrol as a sponsor for the team, part of the component of that was to reach out to auto dealers with this new platform and program. And Denny Young from the Elevation Group said, I got a guy who's going to get it. He's young, he thinks different, and he brings a different mentality to the auto industry in much the same way we're trying to do with our young team. And it just kind of fit together very, very naturally. And this is our flagship program, really, with the Collection Auto Group and Castrol. We're looking to expand this out in other race markets. And I'm really thrilled with how it's come together. I think it's a model that's going to work well for everybody.
Any other questions?
When are you expanding to Miami?
So we're in Cincinnati now, and we're expanding into Burlington, Mass, Boston, the Boston market at the end of this year, and in Coral Gables probably early next year. Another good racing town, Homestead. Another good track. You got Lime Rock up in New England, so it's some nice racing heritage up there as well. Excellent. Well, thank you guys very much for attending, and we look forward to having you guys drive your viewers and audience to the auto show this year and break the 1 million attendee mark. So thank you.
Thank you.